Okay, so look at these two swings here then, Gav. Okay, generally speaking now, grip-wise and setup-wise, looking pretty good. Just be careful of your grip not getting a little bit too on the stronger side, and that club face, we say, getting a little bit closed at setup. Obviously, a lot of the stuff you've done over the last sort of few months and years trying to fix that slice. I've sort of been trying to strengthen that setup and grip and club face and so on. Obviously, getting to the stage now where your ability to square that club face up are a lot better, so we don't need to add too much of a stronger grip. But generally speaking, setup-wise, looking pretty good. The other thing is where we mentioned, obviously, in the setup, the ball position there. In these two is pretty good. It did have a tendency to go back a little bit. So just be careful it doesn't go back too far in your stance. I think a lot of times because of the shift of weight that you were looking to try and do towards the end of this session, what you weren't doing meant you were hitting the granite behind the golf ball, and when you started a bit of ground behind the ball, especially this time of year, the ball then tends to go back in your stance. So as we see now, good takeaway now with the top of the backswing we're getting to, okay? And I think a lot of the stuff we've done with the arms dropping here now, you've not really put much emphasis on that left hip moving towards target. So the arms are working well now. This hip needs to move through this yellow line a little bit more. If we look here now, it doesn't really kind of get through me, so it sort of moves a little bit just through kind of physics alone. As we get to about here now, your left hip pocket's barely moved off that line, and actually starts then moving back away as you come into impact. So sort of on the impact position, just hanging back a little bit. Get some sort of pulley hooky ones or something, have to hang on to the club face. You might get that sort of pushy cutty one, and obviously consistency wise, not really getting the contact we're looking for. So again, good setup on the right hand side. Up the top of the backswing, that blue line now representing kind of where your left hip was. The arms are still doing their thing, but you can see here now much more movement through that blue line. So you're moving towards that blue line now as you rotate. The arms are just doing their thing. You've been spending a lot of time working on the arms, doing that transition from the top of the backswing down into that pre-hit position now. Now it's going to be a focus on moving that body and rotating. In the past, if you didn't sort of shift and rotate, you just hung back on this back foot, and that could obviously lead to sort of poor contact, as we said, where you're hitting the ground behind the golf ball, and then as a result of that golf ball being hit a little bit ground first or a bit heavy, again, especially this time of year, you were moving that ball back in the stance. So with the ball slightly further forward, able to move to target and shift and rotate around the corner. Again, follow through position now looking really, really good. Just generally working on that lower half move, but now working towards and through that blue line. So we can practice up against the wall there, get your left hip moving towards a wall there from the top of the backswing. And then from here, once we are in that position now, we're able to just rotate and clearly hit the golf ball towards our target. And that's going to be the same for the hybrid that we had here in the session, and obviously a 3 with any of the longer clubs we're going to have working on that full swing. So yeah, keep up the good work with the setup and the transition down with the arms. Just work on that hip movement now, coming into the golf ball, making sure we do get a little bit more lateral shift with that lower half into impact, get that club and ball striking improve slightly. Ball going a bit further and a bit straighter more consistently. So hope that makes sense, buddy. Any questions, obviously give me a shout, but I'll see you again soon. Cheers, mate.